there, I'm Lisa Doyle with Sereno Real Estate Christie's International here in our amazing East Bay. So here is the market update. We are end of April, first part of May. So I want to give you guys an update on where we are. I get questions every day. What the heck is happening in this crazy roller coaster market? You know, the media would have you guys believe that things are crashing. Of course, media, no offense media, they do tend to dwell on the negative to get more attention. But I want to give you guys an update. Our market here, East Bay, is very strong. You know, I'll give you a little sense of what happened over this last 12 to 18 months. First part of 2022, the market was unprecedented. In all of my 36 years, I've never seen anything like it. Hottest market ever, January to May of last year, 2022. You know, you double the interest rates in June of last year and the market was softer. Actually, the last half of last year was significantly softer. Here we are, beginning of 23, things have stabilized. So I want to give you guys a little sense of, I'm going to give you some updates on the supply and demand, which is just active and pending ratio. How many homes active and how many homes pending at one time gives you a very good idea of where we are with the energy in the market and how things are looking as far as pricing and values, right? Last year, in like September, October, at one given time, any given time, we would have had 2 or 3 months worth of inventory, which is more than what we've seen, right? Which what that means is if nothing else were to hit the market, it would take 2 to 3 months for everything to be sold. Right now, we are looking at less than 30 days of inventory. So every city in our market, except for a few outliers, has more pending than active. So that means that there's just more pressure on the active inventory. So that has kept prices stable. So I want to give you guys an overview. So all of the East Bay, which is everywhere from Livermore all the way down the 580, all the way down to the 680, the 24 area, all through that La Miranda, all the way to Martinez, Walnut Creek, that whole area down to Clayton. Big area, right? Right now, only 482 active homes, and there are 510 pending. So this is the second update in a row where pendings are higher than the active. Last year, September, October, November, different story. At any given time, we would have 200 more active than what we have pending in that same geographic territory. So market's looking stronger. Every area, except for just a few, has more of the pending versus active. So for instance, Danville, 56 active, 66 pending. As of this morning here, we are, you know, like end of April. San Ramon is one of the hot spots, 40 active, 60 pending. San Ramon, I'm going to give you guys a little story. San Ramon's been very, very active. Same with Dublin, 31 active, 48 pending. Pleasanton, very even. It's actually exactly 54 active, 54 pending. Interesting, right? Alamo, 29 active, 23 pending. So Alamo a little softer. And then Blackhawk is really the only area. And Blackhawk is part of Danville, of course, but I separate it because the markets there are a little bit different. 17 active, 5 pending. So a little softer there. Everywhere else, Livermore, 52 active, 73 pending. Everywhere has been active. But I want to tell you guys, everybody always asks me, what's the highest sale right now in the market? So this last week, the highest sale is actually on Highland Road. It's 5621 Highland Road here in Danville. And what's curious about this house, they've been on the market for 337 days. Long time, right? Almost an entire year. About 2 months ago, they probably noticed that the market was improving. They actually raised their price by $1 million, which is kind of interesting, curious, right? After you've been on the market for almost a year. They went from mid 5 million, 5.4 million, up to about 6.5 million. But they are currently pending. And that house is 29 acres, about 3,300 square feet, kind of a rural property. And I do understand that they came down a bit off that asking price, but it's kind of curious, right? They raised the price by $1 million, went pending. Who knew, you know? But I want to share with you guys something that's kind of curious to watch too. What I've been seeing as we analyze the market on a daily basis is there's almost 2 markets we're dealing with right now. It's interesting. So one market is very, very hot where houses, and I'll explain to you partly why, houses that come on end up receiving multiple offers. We had a open house last week where there was buyers out the door, 100 people over the weekend in a very active community. Obviously, the property was positioned correctly and showed very well. Beautiful. We sold it over asking in just a few days with multiple offers, right? Then you got the other side of the spectrum where some properties are struggling, sitting on the market and having to adjust prices. So it's almost like we are existing in 2 planes at one time. And I want to share with you, this is just an interesting thing about our current market. There's a few things that buyers are after today. Sizable lots are a big deal. So any house, even if the home is not upgraded, it could be original. Like I wrote an offer this last couple of days on a property here in San Ramon on a big, beautiful, over 30-acre lot. The house was all original, needed to be completely updated with beautiful open space behind it. It was like an oasis in this backyard. Multiple offers, and my client wrote the offer over asking by quite a bit, and we did not get it. I found out this morning. So that's kind of one spectrum. The other spectrum is houses that have been sitting on the market. And I have to say that the biggest factors has been lot size. And interesting, culturally in our area, if a house is facing in the northeast, you're going to tend to get a lot more attention than if it faces south or even west. West is not as desirable as the north and east, but south is kind of a direction that many cultures in our market are adverse to. So I want to share that with you guys. Doesn't mean you can't sell a house that faces south. It just means that the ones that face the north, northeast are commanding that extra energy and ultimately higher interest, higher price. But the lot size is making a big difference right now. And then lastly, I want to share with you guys, this week, 78 houses have come off of the market. And then lastly, I want to share with you guys, this week, 78 houses have come off the market unsold, failed to sell, as compared to only 32 last month. So that's interesting. We'll watch that closely. But I want you guys know, East Bay market, very stable. This is a little longer update than normal, but I had some details that I wanted to share. Curious, interesting details, right? If you guys have any questions about your current home, your value of your home, anything I can do to help you, feel free to call me. I'm Lisa Doyle. We'll see you guys soon. Take care. Stay well.